All right. Hello everybody. Hello. Today we're going to keep working on my art. Yeah, we're pretty much just going to keep working on that. And I'm going to be yapping, talking more about the characters. You guys can ask me any questions because, honestly, at the moment, I haven't like officially made this like a thing. Like I have not started writing a script. I've not started storyboarding. It's just an idea right now and I'm getting my ideas out. Um so, any questions you have about like how certain characters would act in my like little idea of a show, yeah, just ask away because chances are like I'll take your ideas and literally just make them canon because I mean, at the end of the day, like I feel like I work best when I get other people's input. Like, I don't know. That's just me. So, yeah. Anyways, what was I gonna say? All right. Well, just to do a quick recap, I always love recapping, right? I'm gonna keep it short this time. I'm gonna probably do a recap every single time for every other character, for all the characters. So I changed the title. I kind of came up with this one. I'm just gonna name it Sonic High School Asylum, just something edgy, right? Something that's just like edgy, right? It's just, and then because high school is an asylum. Like if you're fucking like different, like if you're neurodivergent or something like that, like it's literally an asylum, and like you low key see how crazy other people are as well as yourself. So I'm just thinking like that's just what high school was to me. It was not a horrible experience. No, it was just very crazy. This is how public high schools are, right? So it's called Sonic High School Asylum. I think that's like, it's giving Newgrounds, it's giving old YouTube, right? But anyways, what was I gonna say? So here's Amy. She's literally crazy, but she's not like super duper crazy on the surface. Like on the surface, she's very normal, very cutesy, very reserved, but not super reserved. Mostly it's just reserved about anything that's hidden underneath. She's got friends, she's pretty sociable, all that. But you can see in her design, mainly in the face, like her body, like everything else is put together. But then in her face, you can see like there's something like a little bit of a messy hair, all that, right? Then you got Sonic. So Sonic, like I said, forgot to mention this earlier. They're all seniors. Everyone's a senior except for like a few characters, right? So they're all seniors, right? So this is Sonic. He's just the popular kid at school. Everybody knows him. Everybody likes him. Everybody jokes around with him. A lot of the girls don't like him. Like a lot of the girls who haven't gotten with him like do, but a lot of the girls who have history with him don't like him at all. They think they think he's a character. We'll say that. And he's just kind of he's low key a bop. Like he pretty much is a bop. He bops around. He's a bit of a weirdo, but nobody really knows that. Right? So, but yeah, most of these character notes will be delved into. Like I have my own ideas for them already. Why does he wear a skirt? Wears a skirt because a little bit in touch with his feminine side. And you might be thinking like, won't he be bullied, in a public school for doing that? That's not normal, quote unquote. Well, no, he's the popular kid. He gets away with everything. That's all you need to know. Then we have Tails. So, obviously in canon, Sonic and Tails are pretty close, right? In this version, they're not that close. Like, they were closer when they were younger, but now they're not as close. So he's a senior, but he skipped a grade, so he's actually younger than the rest of the cast. And he's just that really annoying smart dude that like probably is on the spectrum, but he doesn't want to accept that. So he's got like a little bit of internalized issues on that. He's just very smart, and he's a bit of an asshole because of his smartness. Like, he cannot stand being in a public high school because everybody around him is stupid. Like, that's how he thinks. That's pretty much how he thinks, right? And then we got, oh wait, forgot to mention this. Tails, he's not antisocial, but like he finds everyone around him to be secretly stupid, or like almost inferior. Like, he cannot interact with these people, right? But he definitely does have friends, and he definitely like is not an asshole to them because he's obviously their friend, right? Sonic and Tails, they have a weird dynamic. They're not exactly friends, but they were, so that they have like a sense of familiarity with each other just because they were at one point. But yeah, if anything, like Tails like kind of just treats him with like disdain, like just like, who the fuck are you, why did you become like this type guy. Then we have Knuckles. Knuckles, man, I might redo this drawing. I really don't like how he looks here. But Knuckles, he is just very quiet. He keeps to himself, doesn't say much, has his own little routine. He doesn't really like people getting in the way of his his mind. Like he doesn't like when people like interrupt his mindset, interrupt his flow. He's got his own thing. He's in his own world, essentially. He's quiet, but it's not to say, and he's in his own little world a lot of the time, but it's not to say that he doesn't have any friends, right? He laughs, he jokes, he does all of that. He's just typically quiet, right? He minds his own business. He doesn't really care what other people think about him, although he is aware that a lot of the student body finds him intimidating due to, how quiet yet like strong he is. He's also a transfer student. He transferred in his sophomore year, so the rumor has it, he beat up somebody so bad in his old school that he had to transfer to this one, right? So everybody's been afraid of him ever since, just kind of keep their distance, but they still respect him because he's still a member of their student body. He goes to clubs. He does sports. The coach loves him. The principal likes him. He's well liked. He's just a little bit feared, right? He's not really one to get into fights or beat people up, right? Unless like they're really talking shit about someone who can't handle their own. Like, for example, if anybody like talks shit about Charmy, he's gonna be the first to confront them, and that'll shut them up real quick. He's friends with the Chaotix, well, the Chaotix here are a little bit different. When I refer to the Chaotix, I don't mean just the three. I mean the original Chaotix with Knuckles included, right? And the term Chaotix in this version that I'm making, it's actually a forensics club. That's just what they call themselves, right? So yeah, so obviously Knuckles is still friends with Charmy, Mighty, Vector, Espio, but for the most part, he doesn't have many classes with them, so he minds his own a lot of the time. And then we have Rouge. Obviously, like, she is a bit of like, she looks like a bimbo, but she's not, right? She's smart. She knows what she wants. She gets what she wants. A lot of the time she does get what she wants based off her looks, her status. She is, like how Sonic is the popular kid, she's also one of the popular kids as well. So she pretty much is coasting on high school. She's got a bit of that, everybody has this one-sided view of her when there's so much more to her, right? She has her life goal set, but she knows when and where to party, but that doesn't make her stupid, and the way she dresses does not define like her as a person. It does show off a bit of like her character trope, right? Like, because every character here has their own stereotype character trope, right? But she's so much more than her dress, the way she dresses. She just is so smart that she knows that she can, essentially manipulate people to get what she wants, based off her looks and status, right? And yeah, I mean, that is something that Canon Rouge does, which is why I'm not afraid to admit that about this version of the character, because, like, it's just not new. It's not anything new. It's something that Canon Rouge already does, in a way, right? So, I just took that part but applied it to a high school setting. And, you know, with her, like I said, I'm gonna I'm not gonna get too much into Rouge and Knuckles yet, but they definitely have a dynamic. I'll get more into that if anyone asks, because like definitely they're gonna have a dynamic, but it won't be fully like explained why she likes him, because again, you're thinking, she's very loud, very, up there in status, but then Knuckles is like sort of there, but he's quiet, right? So it's like obviously people are going to be wondering like what makes them, mesh so well, but that's not something I'm going to explain too much because I've already explained that a few times. And then we have Silver. So Silver, so I'm going to exclusively refer to Silver with she, her. It's just, that's just this version of Silver. It's not canon, obviously, right? This is just my own version, right? So Silver, she is somebody who came out as trans, or well, she transitioned during the summer before their senior year, because again, this all takes place during their senior year, right? And while we will get glimpses of, their sophomore, probably even their freshman, their junior year, for the most part, the setting will take place during their senior year, right? So pretty much like, the whole thing with Silver is, everybody's kind of going to be shocked when they see her at first, especially her closer friends who weren't aware of this transition. And I think that's a lot of her friends, except for Amy. And so, she just discovers this about herself, and she just, does the full transition. Her personality doesn't change, right? Her voice, I would say, like, it's just a little bit, like, the same-ish. And, she's pretty much the same, she just looks different. And I think, like, her looking more feminine and with her hair being all short and curlier, like, a lot of people, suspect that, she is, there's like gonna be like an intended running gag where a lot of people think that she's younger than she really is. Like, it's intended to, so that's intended to give her gender euphoria, but at what cost, and you'll figure that out later. But yeah, this is, she's just a bit like, she's just like real, like, she's not a weird girl, weird kid, it's more like she's just a little bit quirky. She collects like random ass things, weird little gems, jewels, whatever, like, trinkets in her hair, funky little bracelets. She basically embodies that stereotype, the nerdy, quirky trans femme, right? That is her character trope, right? And then his character trope is the edgy emo kid. He's definitely a guy. I'll say that. He's definitely a guy. So Shadow here, he's a bit of a loner. No, not a bit. He's completely a loner, and he's quiet. He keeps to himself. He minds his own business. But and I know I'm sounding like I'm describing Knuckles, right? And a lot of people, in canon, Knuckles and Shadow do have similar traits, but there are things that separate the two, right? And just like in canon, this version, Sonic High School Asylum, Shadow is different from Knuckles in the sense where he is not respected by the student body. And yes, he is feared, but he's not respected. He's not feared out of respect. He is feared out of genuine fear. People are literally afraid he's going to harm them, right? And I think they have good reason to. And Shadow, he's not someone who just minds his own business and but has a few friends and it's just introverted. No. This guy actively goes out of his way to not talk to people, to not hang out with people. He actively goes out of his way he's basically antisocial, right? That is his thing. He's emo, he's antisocial, he doesn't talk to nobody. People don't like him because he there is nothing to like about him. He's just there, but in a very intimidating way. It's not it's not like the other quiet kids that I've covered or talked about in my other live streams or anything like that. He's just there in a very intimidating way. And you know how high school kids are. Rumors are going to start up. All that. They're going to assume the worst about him. And it's not to say that he's not the worst person, because he's not a good guy either. Trust me. But again, with high school kids, they'll take some things that are true and just inflate it. Very much inflate it. Inflate the truth. Right? So, that's his case. He's very much not liked by a lot of people. I would say pretty much everybody except, one character. And that is someone who he gets painfully attached to. And that is finally when you see, his more deranged side coming out instead of just him being quiet all the time. And you can see that here in this little drawing I made. But, yeah, I kind of based him off of, how people view him to be in fanins sometimes. Specifically that one MS Paint drawing. Let me see if I can find it. There's this one specific drawing that I based his character off of, and it's let me, I swear I have it. Okay. This drawing, guys. This drawing. I'm gonna upload it, and you guys are gonna see, this is exactly who I based this. This drawing is the reason this version of Shadow exists. This is literally who I based this version of Shadow off of. But yeah, that's literally Shadow. He's just very, edgy, but, I think it's, in a very, overly exaggerated way. Almost like it's making fun of, the edgy stereotypes that fans put upon him. But yeah. Hold on. And then we have Sage. She's just supposed to be the principal. I just thought it'd be funny. She's very young, but she's very understanding of people's flaws and all that. But again, she's young, so she's very immature for her age, right? Even she has her immature moments, but she's very understanding of people, right? Even if the situations are more mature than she can be at sometimes, right? So, there's that. And I think it'd just be pretty funny, right? I was just thinking, sometimes her immaturity gets the best of her, and you'd definitely see that coming out in some moments of the supposed little idea of a show, right? She's the principal, and yeah, there's not much else I have to say about her. She does get along well with her students. She is I think she's someone who's very off-put by Shadow, but not as much as the student body. So there are some students that she'll just find a little bit weird secretly, but I think she tries her best to maintain, her happy professional persona, right? She has a very close relationship with Metal Sonic, which I have not drawn yet, but I will talk more about Metal Sonic because I did talk about that on my first live stream. And a lot of people gave me ideas on like what to make him as, and yeah. And then so then we have Eggman. I didn't really do much on him because, you know, I don't know what to make him, because I made Sage the principal because I just think you know, Eggman being the principal is a very overdone concept. I was just thinking, you know, I don't want him to be the principal. I think I want like him to be something else, but I'm not sure what that will be. He looks like a coach here in a way. You know, either that or a hall monitor. I'm not sure. I'm really not sure what role he would be, but I do need him in the show, obviously. I think him being a coach would actually be would make a lot of sense considering, you know, how much he loves Knuckles, right? But yeah. What's up, hello, hi Car Crasher. Wrist? I would pay for a lyric video, but I have no money. Cool, I guess. I don't know what to say to that. Here, you get a game over. You get a game over emoji. Yeah. But yeah, I'm thinking like, what character do I draw next? Like, I think I might do Metal Sonic. Metal Sonic is gonna be a little bit hard for me. That's just, I don't know. He's always been hard to draw for me. I've practiced him a little bit here and there, but that's it. So, Metal Sonic. Let me look for a good reference. Alright, so here we have it, like a good reference image. Just because I still need reference images when drawing him. I'm mostly better with drawing like the main cast. Yeah. So, I talked about this on my last live stream, but, you know, a lot of people really liked the idea. And when I say a lot, I mean like the two other people who were actually talking to me. They really liked the idea of, you know, Metal Sonic being a transfer student. And I was just thinking, you know, that is such a good idea. Wait, I love that. And I'm thinking, you know, obviously, Eggman, you know what, I'm gonna write that as a note. He's gonna be the coach. He's gonna be the coach. He'll be the coach. Okay, but back to Sage. Or Metal Sonic. So Metal Sonic, he's going to be what is it? He's basically going to be a transfer student. Yeah, sorry, I blanked out a bit, but yeah, there he is, transfer student. I wouldn't say, like, you know how in canon, you know, Eggman made him in a way. It's not really like that. He just got manufactured in Japan and like was shipped overseas. Like, he's literally a transfer student from Japan. We'll just say that. And so his native language is actually Japanese, right? But nobody there speaks Japanese, right? So like, except for maybe like Espio, but like in a very weeb way. So he doesn't really know anybody who actually speaks Japanese, right? And so this school is so poor, so dumb, so stupid. It's based off my own high school. This school is so stupid. They don't provide like, well, my school did provide ESL, but like it wasn't for like other languages. It was only for like English. It was only for Spanish and Vietnamese. Really, some Russian, but that's it. But yeah, they don't provide, like, there's not really an ESL tutor for him, so he's kind of just fucked. Not gonna lie, he's kind of just fucked. But you know, he doesn't bother to complain about that, right? He doesn't bother to complain about the situation. He just, he tries making friends, but nobody really wants to be his friend because they don't speak the same language, and nobody in that school is bothered to learn, right? Mind you, like, this is not something that, like, I would do as a creator, but again, like, these are high school students, right? High school students, they're really just in their own little world a lot of the time. It's not to say that he, like, will have zero friends. It's more like, at the very least, he will have friends that he's not, like, he's never gonna get close to a lot of the people as much as the other people are close with each other. He's never gonna achieve that same level of closeness due to the language barrier. And so, he eventually just communicates through gestures, but I mean, even then, it's just not like, it's just not enough. It's just not enough. So he kind of just, like, keeps to himself throughout high school. And the only person to really make, like, a solid connection with him, it would be the principal and the coach. Yeah, the principal and the coach. I know I just, like, said a lot, but why are his, like, arms so long? I just realized that, like, damn. Like his hands reach all the way to his ankles. Like, that is so crazy. That's weird. But yeah. What was I gonna say? What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, okay, back to Metal Sonic. So, he's not quiet at all. He just is he just happens to be quiet at his school simply because of, circumstances, right? And also, it plays into the fact that, like, I don't know. I'm not a big fan of Metal Sonic being mute. I always wish he could talk, say things. I can understand, like, why in canon, and it's, like, to me, like, my personal headcanon about why he's mute in canon is just because, Eggman realized he had way too much power speaking one day and just took that away. And that's kind of what happened with Neo Metal Sonic, right? I might even add Neo Metal Sonic, like, to... Like, I might add Neo Metal Sonic, like, to this, like, supposed show idea. I think it'd be pretty funny if, like, for, like, a Halloween thing, But yeah, like, basically, like, my whole point is, like, this Metal Sonic, he is very underappreciated. He's very overlooked as a student. He's a really nice guy, but, like, a lot of people don't care to, want to be his friend because of the language barrier. And so, I mean, that's that. That's just how it is. How the cookie crumbles. I don't know why I said that. But, yeah. Anyways, what was I gonna say? Yeah. So he is, like, I don't know, I guess I also, it's also a very easy cop-out to just not give him a personality, but at the same time, like, because I'm still working on everyone, I have all these little ideas, but I haven't really thought about, like, how exactly is he gonna interact with, the principal. I just know that, like, the principal would be someone who he would get along with very well, who actually takes the time to get to know him, right? I wonder if people like my ideas. Like, I really wonder, like, would people, like, I mean, I am mostly making this for myself, but it would be very nice to, see, like, a potential fandom out of this. Kind of like, because I'm also getting inspiration from One Wheat Mark, how it's, like, literally its own thing. It's like it's supposed to be like a whole crack, like, AU. Like, this is basically a crack AU, right? It's not intended to be serious at all. But yeah, I always wondered, like, if, like, I always wondered, imagine if just, you know, this got like to be like a thing within like the Sonic fandom. I always wondered that. It probably won't, but probably in some sectors of the fandom that'd be pretty cool at the very least. Also, despite him having like a menacing like look, he's not seen as scary, obviously, to the student body. He is just seen as like having a resting bitch face. Soulless eyes. Okay, like, he's not really seen as a robot within the show. That's just his design, right? And it's just so that the audience doesn't get confused. Or, well, maybe he is kind of a robot. I don't know. I'll work on that. But yeah, I'll just put JP transfer student. Manufactured in Japan and is a transfer student. Alright, what other characters? I was thinking of adding Omega, but I'm not really sure, like, what Omega would be, right? Is he a hall monitor? I mean, he definitely, like, I could see him being a hall monitor, like, you know, because again, like, Omega has a tendency to crash out in canon, right? So I'm thinking, you know, is he a hall monitor, or, you know, yeah, is he a hall monitor, or, you know, is he like, what is the word, like, is he like, I don't really know what to view Omega as, if I have to be honest. Like, I feel like Omega, like, he could be like a hall monitor that's just really close to like Rouge and Shadow. Like, he tries it, like, and like, but like, I don't know. I don't know. So I guess we'll have to skip Omega for now, but I really do want to add him in the show. Don't get me wrong, I just don't know what to add him as. Yeah. I would say, like, I'm trying to, like, work on all the character designs first. That way I know, like, at the very least what they'll be like. And then, like, it's not to say that all these characters that I'm working on will be in the first, like, supposed season. Because I do plan on, like, making this, like, not a full-fledged, like, cleaned up, you know, like, production. Just more like, you know, more like, I guess just more like a show, like a shitty show. You know, you gotta start somewhere, and plus I'd be doing everything by myself. You know, yeah, I don't know. So, I'm thinking, what other characters? I think I want to add like characters from Sonic Boom, right? I definitely want to add like Zoe, Cosmo. Actually, I don't think I want to add Cosmo. Cosmo, well, she's not from Sonic Boom, right? But I don't know. Cosmo, let's see. What was I gonna say? Cosmo. she is not gonna be part of the high school cast. I could see her, you know, being in college, right? Like Tails meets her in college, right? But not in this version. She wouldn't be in the show, right? I do want some way to mention Cosmo, like maybe towards like the very end of this supposed show, be like, oh, I met someone recently. But no, that's not gonna happen for a long time. With what with sorry, I'm pretty tired. I sounded so like happy earlier. I need to stop getting tired so easily. But what was I gonna say? With Zoe, like that was another one of Tails' love interest. However, that is like the Boom variant of Tails. I definitely want to add her to like the show because she didn't have much of a personality in Sonic Boom. She was just there to be Tails' like romantic interest. And just I guess that's just because like, oh, she was the only fox that looks like him. Whoa, so pretty, so adorable, so kawaii, whatever, I don't know. Right? I do plan to add her in the show, but like because Tails and Zoe look so similar, I hope this doesn't come off as weird, right? Because I personally didn't like them at all in the show. They look so similar to me also. I'm just gonna say that they're cousins, right? Just for this version of, you know. And I'll say that maybe she goes to a different school, or maybe she goes to this school. Not sure yet, but I will draw what I plan her to look like. She does have a very cute design, and she does look a lot older, so she could also be someone who's in college. I just found it very hard to believe that like this character was supposed to be like this character was supposed to be like Tails' love interest. They literally look the same. They look like they're related. Like I know Fox, right? But like you could have at least made her a different color or something. Like she literally just looks like she's related to Tails. And also she looks a lot older than like the Boom variant. I don't know. I just kind of like it's something about the dress, you know. She looks like a mother. But yeah, back to designing what she could look like. So I'm not sure. I definitely want to add her in some way because I love her design, if I have to be honest. There are just some things I would tweak to fit, you know, my story. But she definitely, maybe she is a senior, or maybe she just started college. But she's Tails. She's gonna be Tails' cousin in this one. Yeah, because don't get me wrong, they literally look related. I can't be the only one who sees this, right? I feel weird for making them related in my version, but like honestly, like they literally look the same. I could see her being like that cool, like chill auntie that's like, you know, has a bit of a Y2K flair to her still. Yeah. She's wearing jeans. She's gonna wear jeans here. Why not? I made her look even older in this version. I guess she will be like in college or something like that. We'll save her for later because you know what? Either she's in college if we have enough female characters, or she's just gonna be like in the show if there's not enough. If I end up not adding enough female characters. But yeah. Alright, that's her. That's her for now. Um, oh yeah, I noticed she wears a turtleneck, so it'll be just like one of those like off the sleeve, like off shoulder, cold shoulder, turtleneck things. And then she'll have like a bit of that, like little clothes flare, because I do like, I don't know, I could see her wearing like the high waisted jeans. I don't know why. It's just, yeah. Maybe she is gonna be a lot older than I think, because I don't know. She looks a bit like a millennial here. I don't know what it is. Okay. So we have her, nothing on her yet, so I guess I'm gonna move her all the way over here. And who else? I do want to work on Sally. Sally is definitely gonna be in this school. That's someone who I forgot to add Sticks, actually. I was gonna add other Boom characters. Alright, so I have not drawn Sticks in like, I think this would be my second time ever drawing Sticks, but you know, she's cool. I like her. She's ballin'. So, Styx in canon, she is like the crazy, deranged conspiracy theorist, right? And I did mention this in my other live stream, like, oh, like someone asked, like, oh, how would Styx be like, right? And so I'm just thinking, like, you know, I think I could see her being like the weird furry kid. Like, I know they're all furries, but like, she would be like, you know, barking, hissing at people, all that. Like, I said that in a previous live stream, like, word for word, but, you know. Um, like she would literally be like the weird kid nobody talks to because they're weird. Not she's not quiet. She's very loud actually. Um, Always wanting like to make friends, like eager to make friends, but nobody wants to be her friend. Right? Gets shoved in a locker type girl. She does have like one friend, but it's an online friend. Who I'll be drawing later. And if you're here in the last live stream, you could definitely like, you know, see who that would be. But yeah. So I'm gonna try drawing her. She's very short for her age. I like to think that she's actually not a senior like everyone else. She's gonna be like a sophomore. I just feel like they can't all be seniors. You gotta spice it up a bit. You gotta like add a bit of a twist, all that. But she's pretty short for her age, so she gets mistaken as like a weird freshman. You know, anybody who doesn't know her, she's like mistaken to be like a weird freshman. But everyone who does know her, they just know her as like, oh, that's the weird girl. Don't talk to her. Like, she did this and she did this crazy snip back in freshman year or something like that. Oh, and as for her being into like conspiracy theories, despite canon Sticks being like that, she's not like that. This version of Sticks, she's more like, you know, role plays on character AI, like, you know, barks, hisses at people, draws her anime characters, like, or like her Has Been Hotel OCs. I'm just gonna make her a Has Been Hotel fan. I think that'd be pretty funny, you know? I'm not huge into Has Been Hotel myself, but I mean, it's another series on YouTube, right? So I just think it'd be a little haha funny. I just hope I don't get smited. She has like a little bit of flyaways. Like she's kind of deranged, not gonna lie. Like she looks like she just came out of the woods. And She wears a hoodie all the time, which is not at all like, but she also wears like the mini skirt and thigh highs combo, so it's like she's like, you know, very chronically online and like wants to be like an anime schoolgirl at the same time. But yeah, let me clean that up a bit. That's what her pose looks like. In a way, she's like me. Like, I'm a little weirdo myself, but I'm not super open about it. Like, you know, there's weird kids and then there's weirder kids, you know? Okay. Um, Sorry. I was just, I don't know. I got bored. Texted someone. But yeah. Let's go back to drawing. Drawing sticks, being a little weirdo. She has this a bit of a deranged look to her, like 24/7. So. Also, I like to think that she's always blushing because like she puts in it like she's literally like I guess an e-girl or something like that, or she doesn't wear any makeup. You know what? I could see her not wearing any makeup. Actually, I'm taking that little thing away from her. Yeah, I think she looks better like that. So here she is role playing on character AI with her phone. And you know, people have seen her roleplay chat messages, so she's definitely been made fun of for that. She's definitely been posted on social media a few times. um, Here's her little mini skirt. Or actually, I keep forgetting. Like they're in high school. They have a uniform, so I completely forgot. But you know what? Let's just say she's one of the special ed kids that like gets away with everything. So she gets to like it's definitely the school uniform skirt, but she like rolls it up to look shorter and nobody cares. And then obviously for the uniform, she like hikes her socks up, you know. So we'll go with that little loophole. And then she wears her black hoodie because I guess like her 504 plan says that she can wear her comfort hoodie. You know, you know. I'm not saying that that's like how she gets away with things, but it's just like she could easily be like that one special ed kid that like the school is just like let her be, just let her be. You know, it can get really annoying, but it's whatever. Um, we'll say she's like autistic and has a 504 plan and is a weirdo. She's on character AI and has an online friend. Only one friend, and it's her online friend. So we rocking with this story so far, guys. There's only one of you, guys. There's only you. There's only you. It's back to you. It's always you, bro. It's always you. Get out! I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Whoever you are, hello, and thank you for watching my stream this entire time. I'm goated. But yeah. So there's Sticks, and then I was gonna add Sally, and I think I wanted to like add the Freedom Fighters. I feel like they would be part of like a social justice like club, you know? I think they would literally call themselves the Freedom Fighters, and like, yeah. All right. Hold on. I will possibly be back. Just give me a second. I'm still here. I'm just... My stomach hurts really bad, guys. Like, I feel like I'm gonna throw up. Alright, well... What was I gonna say? Alright. So... Well, back to drawing. Hello, everybody. I'm back. So anyways, back to what I was saying. We're gonna be adding Sally into, this. She and the rest of the Freedom Fighters, they'll definitely be here. Yeah, they'll definitely be here. And basically, hold on. Alright. So, Sally and the rest of the Freedom Fighters I plan to have them in the show as well. Let me just find a good one, yeah. So, I plan to have them in the show, right? And they're gonna be, like, part of this, like, coalition for social justice called, like, the Freedom Fighters, right? They're fighting for freedom, but, like, through social justice. So, they're gonna be very, you know, accepting, very open to whatever, talking about serious issues like racism, LGBT, whatever. It's not like I'll actually like sit down and have them talk about it. It's more just like that's what their club is known for. Which actually, let me write another note on that. Oh, let me do it in their font. I'm just putting SJW just so I can remember. But yeah. So that's the Freedom Fighters Club, all that. And then back to this one. So Sally, I keep forgetting, like, I do want them to be, like, in uniform, right? But I could totally see her, like, being a baddie, like, outside, being a baddie outside of, like, the high school setting. Yeah. So, for now, she'll just have, you know, the uniform on. I would love to design, like, what clothes they would wear outside of high school, but that'll be for a different time. Oh, and she definitely has long sleeves. I think the ironic thing about the social justice thing is that, you know, despite their club, because I notice this happens in a lot of, like, GSA and other social justice places, like, clubs and all that, despite them being a social justice club, the irony of it is that, like, they won't even accept the weird kids. That's the thing. Like, I think Like they'll do it because their club says so, but in reality they think that they're so weird, stay away, all that, right? Yeah. Except for Sally, I'm sure Sally might be one of the more genuine people in the club. I think she still might find them off-putting, but she won't, like, secretly wish they never showed up to the clubs. Styx is part of this club, by the way. She's not part of the Freedom Fight. Like, she's part of the Freedom Fighters, right? But she's in the club only for the snacks, really. And, like, it's the one place where she feels accepted. Even if it's a false acceptance. Yeah. Let's see. All right. I'm sorry. I was just thinking about, like, what else. What else is there to Sally? Um. All right. Yeah, Sally. She's very genuine, very nice. I would say she's like popular in the sense where, like, people can, because there's different types of popular. That's something I learned. It's not just like black and white, right? But she's popular in the sense where, like, she's the nice popular one. Everybody, like, can go to her for, like, help. She'll always help out with your homework. She'll, like, she's gonna run for class president and she's gonna win. And she's just a very nice, reliable student. A lot of people think she's genuine and not fake. Does she have her flaws? I know nobody asked, but I'm thinking out loud. Does she have her flaws? I'm sure she does. Because, underneath all, that, it's not like she's fake. It's not like she's faking all of this. It's just, I'm sure she does have her flaws, and they won't have anything to do with being fake or being a weirdo like the other characters. It's more like she might just have something going on at home, that, really causes her to have this sense of justice that none of the other characters seem to have, you know? And yes, definitely there will be other characters that have things going on at home. However, the way Sally internalizes it is, oh my god, I'm going through stuff at home. Why don't I be a better person like my parents can't be? Instead of, hey, I have stuff going on at home. I'm going to be an asshole to everyone at school today. you know? She's very mature in that sense. Oh, also, she's gonna be one of the few girl characters that wear pants. Um, yeah, I could see her, like, being one of the few girl characters that wear pants. So she's gonna have, like, that thing that your shirt does when you wear, like, dress pants, right? And then she's gonna have all the little things here, her little pockets. She's gonna be like something of a, like, I don't know, I guess like a businesswoman, whatever, I don't know. But I could totally see her wearing pants for her school uniform just because, I guess it's her little way of rebelling in a way because, typically the girls will wear the skirts, but she doesn't want to do that. Right? And it's not like the school's completely against that. They've obviously been more accepting to that over the years. Obviously, otherwise Sonic wouldn't be wearing a skirt, right? It's just, typically it's just socially the girls in that school are going to wear the skirts and the guys are going to wear the pants and all that. By the way, Sonic is a part of this club. He's just not as active as he used to be. They've been a club since, like, freshman year, I guess. He's been a part of that club since freshman year, but, over the years, he detached from his own beliefs, I guess, if that makes sense. And, like, he's just there because, I guess he's just there for, like, just to be in a club. Kind of like how Knuckles is in the Chaotix, sort of just because he's really obsessed with, like, being in the NFL someday. So, he really wants to look good for those schools that are looking for a well-rounded person. While Sonic doesn't have his whole, like, life path figured out, I'm sure, like, he wants to appear well-rounded at the very least. He's not stupid. Sonic isn't stupid. I don't think he is. I just think he's like I think he makes a lot of stupid decisions because he's young and a teenage boy, but I don't like to think that Sonic is stupid. Oh yeah, here's Sally holding her textbooks and all that. She's very studious. She's literally the word demure. I hate that word, but, like, low-key, that's pretty much just gonna be her during this school. Not demure as in, like, she's gracious. She's very she's not, like, but she's opinionated, so I guess she's not really, like, the word demure, but whatever. I'm gonna put SJW. She's very accepting. She definitely would host a protest. I could definitely see her doing that. Oh god. Okay. Class president. I don't have much else to say. I guess, like, that's all I gotta say. Oh, she's part of the Freedom Fighters. And then we got, well, you know what? We're gonna have Rotor. Rotor is gonna be a teacher, actually. We're gonna have Rotor as a teacher. Oh, I drew that all on the wrong layer. Okay, oops. Hold on. I need to lock that layer, actually. There. Okay. Alright, so yeah, we're gonna have Rotor be, like... I'm gonna have Rotor be, I'm just so tired today. Yuck. Yuck, guys. But yeah, we're gonna have Rotor be, like, some sort of, teacher. He's the club supervisor and all that. Alright, I'm back. I'm back, gang. I think I talk too much and then I get burnt out and then I'm just like, oh, I don't want to talk anymore, but I still want to live stream. I'm not built for live streaming, guys. I think I'm realizing that very quickly. Okay. Anyways, I'm gonna draw another drawing of Sally, what Sally probably like would look like. Just another little thing. I keep forgetting to do that. But yeah. So here's Sally, like, being like the class president of all time. Probably hosting a protest. I don't know what's going on with her, okay, guys? She just kind of does her own thing. But yeah. And there she is holding like a megaphone. Yay! Alright, let's see. Let's add Rotor next because he was on my mind. Oh, what's good, Gangling? Epic face. Hi, Rue. Hi, Rue. How's it going? Right now, okay, I don't think I've ever told you this. I've only been telling like the people watching my stream, but I've been working on a like high school Sonic AU, but it's gonna be like a show, like something I plan on animating and all that. I'm kind of scared I'm gonna be burnt out, but like I have so many ideas. Like I really want to get them out, you know. But yeah, I feel like at the very least it'll be poorly animated because I kind of just don't care what it looks like. I just want to get like my ideas out, you know. I don't know if that makes any sense. I just don't want to spend too much time animating it. Maybe when I get better, I can like balance animating, script writing, and storyboarding. But yeah, and voice acting. But yeah, it's this whole like ambition project I have. I can go over the characters if you'd like. Right now, I'm working on like what certain characters would be like, and how they're different to their canon counterparts. So I did mention that Tails would be very good in woodshop class, right? And also Tails is part of the Freedom Fighters, but he was part of the he's part of the Freedom Fighters. Yeah, he is part of the Freedom Fighters. He's not super active in their discussions anymore, like he used to be, but he's in there just, you know, yeah. But yeah, this is Rotor. He is the woodshop class teacher, and yeah, he's the woodshop class teacher, but he's also the club supervisor for the Freedom Fighters. Despite, like, you'd think it'd be Sally, but no, Sally's too busy being the class president. She doesn't have time to be a club supervisor either. And also, club supervisors are typically, like, you know, teachers, right? He's built all funny for a Sonic character. I mean, I know this is the 90s, but yeah, he's built all funny. I don't know how to draw him. We'll work on him later. Actually, no, I think I want to work on him right now. Okay, oh my god, Norway, Notum, and then you never... Yes! Yes. I don't know what you're saying mostly, but yes. Okay. After I draw Rotor and talk about Rotor, I will show you what I have for the other characters so far. But, yeah, this is Rotor. He's very chill. He's big into social justice. Honestly, he's gay. We'll say that right now, because I think in canon, like, there's, like, a semi-canon thing where he's gay. So I was just thinking, you know what? Why not just make him, like, gay in my canon, right? Like officially gay in my canon, right? But yeah, he's gay, and he's mostly open about it, not fully. He's not like you'll meet him and that's like the first thing you know about him. It's more like, he mentions it in a passing conversation, mentions his little husband, and like that's how you figure it out, right? But yeah, he's a very nice guy. He's very big into social justice. And he founded this club because he wanted to get students to be more active, politically active. And he found people that are just like that. And like I said, this takes place in like our area, so of course they'd be more open and all that. But again, because it also takes place in our area, like, there's gonna be people who will say, like, some, like, out-of-pocket things, right? I won't work on his design too much. I just don't feel like doing that, because I don't feel like he'll have too big of a role outside of the Freedom Fighters, really. And plus, I don't know how to draw him. That's my first time doing that. But anyways, back to all the characters. So, so this is Amy. Amy, she pretty much is hold on. So this is Amy. She's pretty much like, literally me, honestly. The whole concept of Sonic High School Asylum, that's what I named it, by the way, is just like a vent project in a way, almost, just talking about my feelings, like experiences from my high school, all that. I named it Sonic High School Asylum because, like, I just, number one, I thought it'd be, like, an edgy name, and number two, like, it's a name that sets it apart from the other Sonic High School AUs. Also, number three, like, public high school is an asylum. Like, if you're, like, honest with yourself, then yeah. If you're honest with yourself, then yeah, like, high school is an asylum. But yeah. Here's Amy. She's low-key a crash out, a bit of a weirdo. She's very social, though, and she has friends, so, a balance between weird and not weird. That's her. Yeah, that is her. She gets along with everyone pretty well, and she kind of keeps her weird side, like, hidden for the most part, but that's what a lot of the other characters do. It's just with her, it's like, you're gonna find out some things like, holy shit, I did not expect that from her at all, So yeah, that's Amy. Then we have Sonic. Sonic, he's the popular kid. Like, the popular kid. Like, he's the jock, the athlete. He's in a lot of sports. The coach loves him for his track, right? He just does a lot, right? And yeah, he just does a lot. He's very popular. He's like the bisexual fuckboy trope. That's also popular. Just, he's a bit of a bop. No, he is a bop. He's just a bop. Bopping around, guy, girl, doesn't matter who you are, he'll bop with you. And he's a bit of a weirdo also, because again, he is like a bop, right? So he's a bit of a weirdo. He's a bit of a freak. We'll say that. He's not a good guy. He comes off as a good guy, but he's not a good guy, okay? You can already tell right now he's a bit of an asshole also. Possibly a womanizer. And, same for Amy, because again, Sonic and Amy, they're very similar. You're gonna find out some things about him where it's like, you already knew that there were things about him that were, like, not okay, but you're gonna find some things about him that, like, holy shit, why would he do that? I never expected that out of him. Even though he's already being painted as, like, a very gray character, And then, he wears a skirt, right? And you might be wondering, like, oh, why does he wear a skirt, he's a guy, or, like, whatever, right? It's not, it's because, okay, he is one of the characters that can get away with anything, right? He's a guy that can wear a skirt, nobody's gonna make fun of him, nobody's gonna bully him. They literally just view it as like, oh, it's normal. That's just Sonic. He'll just wear a skirt. Why not? He's a bit in touch with his feminine side also, and like, I think he kind of uses the fact that he has status in his high school to present however he wants to without fear of being bullied. Yeah. Then we have Tails. Tails, he is very, very smart, obviously. He's a senior, but he skipped a grade, so he's actually younger than the rest of the cast. And he already has his life figured out. He's already applied to the top, like, Ivy League colleges, and they all have already accepted him. Now he has to choose, like, oh, which one do I actually want to attend, right? And so he's already got his life figured out. He already knows what he wants to major in. He already knows his career path, and it's to the point where he's already having some sort of midlife crisis, despite not even being like anywhere close to middle age at all. He's just that mature. And you know, he does have friends, but he's also an asshole because he's mature, because he cannot he has like this sort of like internalized ableism as well. Internal, like, he just cannot stand people around him being stupid, especially like other autistic people who don't have math autism like he does, right? He doesn't even consider himself autistic, honestly. But yeah, like, he is the smart asshole that like kind of views everyone to be inferior to him and just cannot stand being around certain people for more than 5 seconds without like crashing the fuck out, low-key, like internally crashing out. So yeah, Tails, he definitely has friends though, and like he always provides good advice to his friends, but he keeps his friends close because he doesn't have that many, because the way he views people literally makes him unable to make friends. He's like so much of an asshole that he has a superiority complex, essentially. At such a young age too. I based that off someone I knew in high school, by the way. This whole character is based off some guy I knew in high school that like acted that the same exact way. But yeah. And then we have then we have Knuckles. Knuckles, he is quiet. He keeps to himself. He doesn't talk to nobody. He don't really like he has his own routine every night, every day. He has his own thing. He's in his own little world. He doesn't like when people interrupt his own little world. He's very hyper focused on what he does on a day-to-day basis, and I'm essentially just describing an undiagnosed autistic guy, right? That's pretty much him. He doesn't talk to nobody. He minds his own business. It's not like he doesn't have any friends. He definitely does have friends, but he's just someone who prefers to be quiet, prefers to keep to himself, right? That's just how he's been his whole life. He's very athletic. The coach loves him. He's like the star athlete of the school, actually. You'd think it'd be Sonic, but no, Sonic's too busy being a whore to like actually like care about, you know, the more important things, like, you know, getting good grades and being the star athlete. I don't fucking know. But yeah. But yeah, with Knuckles, Knuckles essentially Knuckles, he's basically just like you know, very quiet and all that, and he does have friends, right? But he has his friend circle close, and yeah, that's pretty much it. He keeps his friend circle close, and he's also part of the Chaotix, which I'll get to the Chaotix in a bit. What else was I gonna say about him? So he's actually a transfer student, except he transferred back in his sophomore year. So people have definitely like taken the time to know him over the years, because again, like, most of these characters are going to be seniors. But you know, when he first transferred, like, there was a rumor going around like that he's so scary and intimidating and quiet because, you know, he beat up somebody so bad in his old high school that he had to transfer here, and now like he's just like somebody you don't mess with. And it's a complete rumor. That didn't even happen. That's the thing. That didn't even happen. But, you know, he just rolls with it because, well, a part of him knows that he can't convince these people otherwise, but also, you know, it's pretty nice, you know, being respected in that sort of way. He definitely can fight. Definitely he can fight. It's just he hasn't fought anyone yet. And he might. if you talk shit about someone who can't hold their own, like, you know, he's definitely gonna fight you on that. Like, if anyone were to talk shit about Charmy, he'd immediately check their ass. That's something you gotta know about him. Like, he does not play about his friends. And then another thing is he's very aware that, you know, a certain somebody likes him, but he does not know what to do with all that. Respectfully, he does not know what to do with all that. And that person is Rouge. He does not know what to do with all that, okay? Like, respectfully. So, yeah. What was I gonna say, though? So, Rouge, she looks like a bimbo. She looks like a basic girl with a bit of flair, but she's not. She knows what she wants. She gets what she wants. She will manipulate people to get what she wants. And typically it's nothing that serious. It's just, hey, can you help me with the homework? Like, you know, something like that. Or like, hey, like, can we not get homework today? Hey, can we not assign the test today? Like, she'll get what she wants. A lot of the time she will get what she wants. Not every time though. Sometimes it will backfire, but most of the time she does get what she wants. And she's aware that it's because of her looks, and she's aware because of because of her status in the school. She is another one of the popular kids, right? She's a gray character as well. She's nice to some, but very, very mean to others. So she's a morally gray character as well. I think most of the characters here are gonna be morally gray. That's just how I love to write characters. I don't really believe in good or bad characters. I love morally gray, complex characters, so that's Rouge. I think something about her that a lot of people get confused by is, like, you know, she is considered a bop at her school, but that is, you know, until like, I guess until her senior year, she starts developing more of an interest in Knuckles, for whatever reason, which will be explained in the show. But yeah, she develops an interest in Knuckles, and, you know, she decides that she really likes him and wants to, you know, pursue a relationship with him. And they have a little bit of a back and forth. He's always messing up, stumbling on his words, because he does not know what to do with all that. She doesn't really know how to get him to, like, confess, or to get him to, like, make the next move, if that makes sense, because she's aware that she flusters him a little bit too much. She does not know what to do either, low-key. Like, this is one, she really likes a guy that she has to try. She has to try, right? All the other guys she's been with before, they immediately made the first move on her, but this is the first time she's having to make a move on someone consistently, repeatedly, and I think she likes that. So she really likes, you know, how quiet he is. She can kind of see that, you know, maybe he'll be very loyal and all that. So yeah, that's Rouge. And then here we have Silver. Morally good characters are neat, but you can do more with characters like that. Yes, so real. This is Silver. So Silver is not very complicated, but her backstory is a little bit complicated. So essentially, she was cis her whole life up until the end of junior year, or up until junior year, she started questioning herself. And then, you know, the entirety of her junior year, she was just internally, you know, experimenting at home, all that, with her gender, questioning all that. And then she took the summer to really figure herself out, and eventually came out and transitioned throughout the summer. And she comes back, new haircut, new clothes, all that, really. And everybody around her who knows her is just shocked, except for one character that kind of knew that this was going to happen, or was informed, the first to be told, right? But yeah. No, there was only one other character who knew, but kept it a secret. And, so, you know, Silver, she comes out as trans, and she is just a new person. She's just her, right? She's just her. And, she's not, when I say she's a new person, I'm just saying she looks new, but she's not. She's pretty much the same as she was before, right? Yeah, she's pretty much the same as she was before. She's still quirky. She collects weird things. She's still like, you know, quirky little gamer, but I mean, now it's like this, now she embodies that, you know, trans femme like stereotype, right? Um and she cut her hair short and she styles her hair differently now, and you know, there's a running gag that she's mistaken to be younger than she actually is now. Now that she has transitioned, she looks more feminine, but she has her hair short, so she's often mistaken to be younger than she actually is. Like, she's a senior now, right? But a lot of people mistaken her to be like a sophomore. So I just thought that'd be pretty funny. So then we have Shadow. You see this little image, I literally based Shadow off of this image, like how I want Shadow to be characterized as. I just thought it'd be pretty funny. So Shadow, he is the weirdo, the loner. He's, you know, keeps to himself. He's quiet. I know he sounds a lot like Knuckles, right? But Knuckles is respected. At the very least, he's respected. He's feared, but he's respected, right? By the student body. And also, Knuckles has his friends, and he doesn't keep to himself because he prefers it, right? He doesn't keep himself because he's antisocial, right? Shadow, on the other hand, he doesn't have any friends. People don't respect him. They think he's weird, and they wish he never attended that school because they are literally afraid of him. They think he's going to hurt them or hurt the school, the student body someday. If you know, you know. Yeah, they do not fuck with Shadow. And then, you know, Shadow keeps himself because he wants to. He willingly makes that choice as well, but he also willingly makes the choice to not have any friends. He thinks making friends is a waste of time. He thinks the possibility of love is a huge waste of time. He thinks high school is a waste of time. He's very jaded, very null, very just doesn't care. He's so jaded, but he's super edgy at the same time, right? It's like, I would say, like, he's like those gummies where it's like it's gummy on the inside, it's just like rock hard on the outside. That's him. Like, you have to break through that very solid layer, and it's not like he's soft deep down. No, it's like you've opened the gates of hell. Like, the moment you crack through that little, like, the moment you crack through that little, like, hard, like, doesn't talk to anybody antisocial persona, you've opened the gates of hell. He's obsessive, he's clingy, he won't let you go, he's a crash out, he'll hurt himself, he will hurt others. Like, you gotta be ready once you crack through that persona. And you can really see that, like, you know, the differences in between the two. He's gonna get attached to this one character. He will get attached to this one character. And yeah, that's all I'm gonna say. I won't say who it is, but he will get attached. Yeah. And then here's the principal. It's gonna be Sage from Sonic Frontiers. Why not? Why not? Yeah, why not just make her the principal? I thought it'd be nice because, you know, I feel like Eggman as the principal is a very overdone concept, and I just wanted something different for once. Yeah. But yeah, like, honestly, like, Sage, she is very sweet and understanding of people's situations, but she does have her immature moments. Like, if you've ever watched Nichijou, think of that one, like, doctor who made, who made her own, like, robot friend, right? But she's very immature. Like, think, like, that character trope. Like, she's smart enough to create something, but she's just emotionally immature, right? So Sage is like that. She's accepting of everyone to a very surface degree, and will make relationships, but, like, sometimes she puts herself first because she's a child. That's just something that she'll do, right? Like, for example, she gets very close to one of the transfer students, but she'll cancel prom because she'd rather be at home watching anime. She does not want to watch, like, people dancing around, right? Something like that. Um, and then here's Eggman. He's gonna be the coach. It would make sense considering, Knuckles is someone who the coach really likes. Sonic, the coach liked him, but then, Sonic did some dumb things that made the coach not like him at all, and so, yeah. So now Sonic doesn't play sports any. Well, I wouldn't say Sonic doesn't play sports, but it's more just like the coach is just really annoyed by him. Really annoyed by him. Yeah, I was just thinking making Eggman the coach. And Metal Sonic, he's gonna be also doing sports, and yeah, I'll get to Metal Sonic though. There's not much to say on Eggman. I'm not sure if he will have much of a personality. It's more like his personality is solely reliant off, bouncing off of, Knuckles and Sonic's retorts and all that. He doesn't have much of a personality himself, unfortunately. And then we have Metal Sonic. Metal Sonic, he is manufactured in Japan and shipped over to this random ass high school. So he's technically a transfer student. But, like I said, he's manufactured in Japan, so, he doesn't speak, like, English, right? He doesn't speak the native language, right? And so his native language is Japanese, right? But, like I said, there is no ESL tutor for Japanese in the school that he got transferred to, so he's kind of fucked in that regard. He just, like, he has to hope that somebody there speaks Japanese, which nobody does. Like, there's Espio, but he only speaks, like, Oweebanese, which is just, like, a really, like, he only knows some words through watching anime, so that's it. Like, Metal Sonic is just kind of alone at this point. He has to kind of fend for himself, and so, that's when he becomes mute and doesn't really talk to anyone. People understand that, like, they're not intimidated by him. They just kind of ignore him because there's not much to get to know, because again, these are high schoolers. They're bothered with their own situations. They don't want to get to know someone who they can't, like, if they can't put the effort, they're not going to want to get to know him, right? Because of the language barrier. And the only people who really get to know him, in a sense, would be, like, the principal, the coach, just the staff members, really. And so he doesn't get close to any of the students. It's not to say that he doesn't have any friends, it's just any connection he could make with someone, it'll be on a very surface level, simply due to the language barrier. And he will, and instead of being solely mute, he will make gestures, but it just won't be enough to, like, really gauge a connection with any of the other students in school. Yeah. And then we have Styx. Styx is gonna be my favorite. She's so funny. She reminds me of some other girl. Oh, I forgot to mention this earlier, but with Shadow, he's based off some guy I knew in high school who was, like, low-key exactly like this. Same for Styx. Styx is literally based off some other girl I knew in high school. So pretty much Styx, she's, like, the weird kid, okay? It's not like she's hiding anything weird. She's openly weird, okay? Like people fear how openly weird she is, okay? But she doesn't give a fuck. Like, she doesn't care. Like, she's off in her own little world. She doesn't care what people think about her. I mean, she has this mindset, either you're my friend and you have to accept that I'm like this, or you're not, and I'll go on with my life, and so be it. And she's pretty much, like, blissfully unaware. Like, not really, but she knows people think she's weird, but she doesn't let it get to her. She's very happy-go-lucky, right? But again, she's also in her own little world, right? So she's, the weird autistic girl with the 504 plan. I'm going to talk about the 504 plan because this is very important. She's the weird girl who's, like, into role-playing, My Hero Academia, and very open about her, like, very open about her liking anime, and role-playing, and very open about, like, like drawing, making her funny little OCs. Sort of me in high school in a way, but just not that open, I guess. She's definitely, I know they're all furries, but she's definitely the type to like bark and hiss at people. Everybody knows to stay away from this girl. If they're looking for a sane friend, stay away from that girl, right? Now, I bring up the 504 plan because she has a hoodie, right? And I know Knuckles has a hoodie, right? It has a logo on here for a reason because he's wearing the school mandated hoodie, right? The school issued hoodie. And he has his baggy pants because, like I said, he's an undiagnosed autistic kid, so he doesn't like how tight the pants feel on him. And for the logo, it's school rules that if they're gonna be wearing anything comfortable, it has to be from the school. So he's wearing the school issued hoodie, right? But he wears it all the time, like in a way of malicious compliance. The staff, that wasn't the rule that the school had in mind, and the staff kind of don't like it, but they let him get away with it because, his status, right? If he wasn't the star athlete, they would be on his ass about it every day. Now, to Styx, she's not wearing the school logo hoodie. She's just wearing a plain black hoodie. But it's her comfort hoodie, and she's autistic, right? So part of her 504 plan states that, just pretty much the 504 plan, how most schools treat it is just let her be. Just let him be, right? And she gets this exception that she can, wear headphones and wear her comfort hoodie despite that not being allowed with the school. So, just let her be. Let her wear what she wants, whatever, as long as it's not, like, inappropriate or, like, causing harm to anyone, right? And she rolls her skirt up to, like, give the, like, she's still wearing the school uniform, it's just she alters it a bit. She rolls her skirt up and she hikes her socks up because she wants to be like ooh anime girl. Let me draw her with headphones. Actually, I think that would be a very nice touch to her character. Yeah, let me actually draw that. Every character is their own stereotype, if you haven't noticed by now. So, yeah. I do not know how to draw, like, headphones for, like... I don't know how to draw headphones. I guess I'll just draw them on the side of her head just to, like, really emphasize. Yeah. I love her. I think I would have, low-key, I would have, like, said some mean shit to her in high school. That's the fucked up part, if I have to be completely honest. Because, like, there was a girl like that in my school, but I said mean things to her because, like, she was weird with, like, younger guys. She was, like, getting away with being weird to younger guys. But I also found her weird. I found her and her interests a little bit weird also. But, yeah, I don't know. If this obviously Styx is not going to be weird like that. I would have, like, given Styx the side eye, and, like, probably, like, mentioned her with my friends, but, like, nothing much like that. Oh, shit, what happened to Sally? Oh, there she is. Oh my god, that scared me. I thought I deleted that drawing. Alright, here's Sally. So Sally, she is also another popular kid in the sense where, like, so every popular kid is different in their own way. It's just what makes them popular is their outgoing personality, their charm. They have different types of charm, right? Sonic has, like, that, chill male charm, right? Because, again, and then, like, Rouge has, like, that very, like, flirtatious charm to her. And then Sally has this, like, she's the nice popular girl, right? There's different types of popular kids. So she is the nice popular girl. She will advocate for the weird kids. So the weird kids like her. She will,
like call for justice, she'll call for protesting, like she will make the school a better place, which is what the entire student body wants, right? So they're all gonna obviously like her, especially when they know that she has a leadership charm to her, which is what makes her popular, right? Sally is she's the class president. She's always fighting for change, always fighting for, equality. She's honestly genuinely just an SJW, right? Not in a bad way though. I love Sally. I had a Sally in my high school. She was so sweet. I think about her all the time. She's cool. Yeah. And she didn't found the club, but she is like the head of the club, the Freedom Fighters, for her class, right? For her current year as a senior, she is the president of, or yeah, she's like the president of the Freedom Fighters Club as well as being the class president. She is involved in a lot of clubs, a lot of after school activities, all that, right? She's very involved in her school, right? Because she genuinely wants to make her school a better place. And, like I said, every character here is morally gray, right? Whether it's their doing or something around them that makes them morally gray, like something that happened to them or something that they did, they are a morally gray character. So I know I'm describing Sally to be a very good person, and it's not like deep down she's horrible and like hiding something. It's not like that. It's more like, well, she has issues going on at home that I won't delve into, but it's like she goes to school in a way to gain, and she does all these things as a way to gain some sort of control over her life, right? And so that's what makes her morally gray in a sense. She's very nice and good to the public eye, but then she has her own issues going on at home, that she would like to change, but she can't, unfortunately. And so that's why she advocates for all this change at school and just other places, society, all that. And then we have Rotor. Rotor is just the wood workshop teacher. I mentioned this earlier with Tails, but Tails is actually in a wood workshop class. That's one of his electives. Because again, Tails likes tinkering, right? And so does Rotor. It literally shows it in his design, right? He likes making things, right? And so they have a wood workshop class, and they're both a part of that. And Rotor really likes Tails, right? So Rotor invited Tails to be part of the Freedom Fighters Club. And obviously Tails is there, but he's not as involved, right? But he's still in that club just to, to look good for college, right? Yeah. And then Rotor, he, obviously I mentioned this earlier, he's gay. He founded that club as a teacher like years and years ago, way before any of these students showed up. All that. That's all I have so far. I also have this one character, Zoe. So Zoe is supposed to be Tails' love interest in canon, like in Sonic Boom. But I don't know, they look so similar. They literally look like they could be related, like, in a bad way. Like, I know they're both foxes, right? But, I mean, at least change the hue. At least make her more orange, or maybe give her, like, a reddish color. I don't know. They look too similar. It literally looks like Tails, like, transitioned or something like that. I don't know. But yeah, I was just thinking, like, and even the eyes look the same. It's the same color, everything. So I was just thinking, why not for this variant, make her maybe like related, just like a cousin of Tails. And I'm not sure if she will be in high school or in college. She does look a little mature, like, to be in high school. So either she'll be like a senior or a freshman in college. I'm not sure what to do with her yet, but I would like her to be in the show. Just, in case there's not enough, like, female characters and all that. I do plan on, like, adding more characters gradually, but, like, I think for, like, the first few, like, episodes, however many there will be, it's just gonna be, like, just a few, select few characters. I'm wondering what other, like, I'm wondering what other characters to add in right now. I think I'm gonna add the rest of the freedom fighters, which would be Bunny. Yeah, Bunny. So I'm gonna add Bunny actually. Bunny is... So Bunny in canon, she was roboticized. You can see that with her robot arms and legs. But I'm gonna say that she's actually disabled in this version, and she has prosthetics, right? And I'm wondering if she should be in a wheelchair. I think that'd be like a very nice idea, a very good touch. That's so many. Yeah, a lot of characters. It's a lot of characters. It's not like they'll all be in the first episode. It's just I'm really thinking like who I want there to be like at least in the show, right? Before I start like script writing. Because what I don't want to do is like make the characters while I'm making the show. It's not like, because I already have my ideas in my head. I'd rather just get them out now, you know? Any characters I'm missing, I'm sure they'll come up at one point or another while I'm working on this, right? But yeah, here's Bunny. I'm not sure what to do with her. I do know in canon she has a love interest, which is the weird little French dude. I don't know if he would be like a transfer student as well. I think it'd be nice to have another transfer student. So I could see him being like another transfer student. It is a lot of characters, but it's like, again, they won't all be like in the show first off. Okay. That's Bunny. Hold on, let me just erase that. Yeah, that's Bunny. I think I will make her in a wheelchair because, like, she does have 2 prosthetic legs, and, like, it's not to say that that can't happen in real life. It's more just, like, it's really rare. Like, usually I'll only see someone with 1 prosthetic leg, right? So, plus, I guess I just like the idea of her being in a wheelchair. Like, I don't know. And she does have, like, a prosthetic arm also. She is so pretty. Like, I feel like not very many people talk about her, like how pretty she is. Alright, that's her little sketch. What am I thinking for her? I am thinking, you know, she does not get bullied, like, because, like, she's friends with Sally. If she was not, like, she's Sally's best friend, by the way. I know you might be thinking, oh, well, what about Nicole? Actually, Nicole is a hologram in canon, right? So I was just thinking, oh, what if she's Styx's online friend, you know? But yeah, what was I saying? She's actually Sally's best friend. If it wasn't for that, she might be a little bit bullied here or there just for being in a wheelchair. I'm not sure if people still do that in school. I don't think so, because there was a wheelchair kid in my school, and, like, it wasn't like that. Like, it's not like she was bullied or anything like that. At least not that I know of. I hope not, because I was her friend also. I didn't know if people didn't like her or whatever. But, yeah. I don't know if there's still that rhetoric going on in schools. But, yeah. Um, but yeah, I'm not sure if that rhetoric is still, going on in schools where, like, oh, let's make fun of the wheelchair kid, right? Regardless, I don't think she would be made fun of just because, she is Sally's best friend and she is a very nice person. There is nothing weird about her. Um, you know, there's nothing like she's not a weird kid, so she doesn't get that sort of like treatment. She's just a person in a wheelchair, right? And it's not like to say that like it's not a reflection of my thoughts at all. Again, this is simply just based on like how high schoolers would treat each other, because like again there is like a social hierarchy with high schoolers. It's like you are weird before you are any of these things, or it has to do with race or something like that, right? Like being weird is like it matters a lot more than you'd think. Like if Bunny was weird, she would definitely be bullied a lot more for being a wheelchair user rather than if she wasn't. And that's just objective, right? But yeah, she is very nice. She's very she's actually very fashionable, and I'm wondering if I. Yeah, no, she's very fashionable. She's very sweet. She's a very sweet girl. I think she actually, fun fact, but she actually got with Sonic at one point. But it didn't work out because, he said some questionable things about her being in a wheelchair. Not making fun of, but just questionable things. We'll say that. Yeah. I could. Oh wait, I don't know why I'm drawing her like she's in a well, I keep forgetting this is public high school. They don't have to wear the like. I keep saying this is public high school, but then drawing them wearing uniforms. I'm not sure why. I think my opinion keeps changing often. I think I need to like. You know what? I really need to like be more concrete about that. I decided to just give them uniforms just because I didn't want to draw them in like different outfits every day. So yeah, okay, there we go. Now everyone's in uniform, and then I need to put him in uniform now I think about it. I'm gonna give him a uniform. Completely crossed my mind. You know what? For Metal Sonic specifically, I think I'll actually just give him like just the shirt, not like the pants, just to really show like he's a robot, right? And he's got like. Let me delete. I don't know. I'm just like I don't know. This is why I'm happy I'm live streaming. Otherwise, I'd be like I wouldn't catch these details, if I wasn't yapping away. Oh, and he wears the shirt. He does not wear a long sleeve. There are gonna be some characters that wear long sleeve, some characters that wear short sleeve. The way their outfits are kind of says something about their character. Not always, but it kind of does in a way. But yeah. Or it just looks aesthetically pleasing, that's all. The outfits look so cute on him, OMG. Yes, I agree. So Bunny is kind of one of those characters that will like pop her collar a little bit just to show off a bit, just a teeny bit. But yeah. And then I feel like Bunny would roll her sleeves up. Or no, she wouldn't. I think she'd just have like the regular shirt. I would say that she was probably bullied more in middle school. Like, she probably, like, had some sort of glow up or something like that, but she was, like, you know, probably bullied more in middle school. Yeah. She's so pretty, actually. There, that's her sitting down, and then there's her little wheelchair thing. And then there's the other part of her wheelchair, and then those are her legs. Yippee! We did it. That's Bunny. Bunny, she's literally a sweetheart. I think she's one of the few good characters. I think also just something to say is that I am also drawing inspiration from Class of '09. So, you know, there's also that, like, and if you've ever watched or even played through Class of '09 yourself, you know that, like, there are a lot of morally great characters, and then there's some very bad characters, and others that are just genuinely good, right? And she's one of the few that are, like, just a genuine good person. Yeah. So yeah, but unfortunately, because she's just a genuine good person, there is not much to her, other than just sweetheart. And I would say the only thing that, like, also adds to her character in a slightly morally gray way is dating a morally gray character, which would be, Sonic. Here, let me write that down. Dated Sonic, and I would say they dated in junior year. Yeah. Okay, Antoine. This is really nice to watch. I love when people stream and yap. I'm all here for it. Thank you, Poopy. Thank you. Alright, oh my god, I heard of Class of '09, but I never played it ever, so I have not played through it either, but I have watched gameplays. I have not seen all the endings, though, so I don't know. There's still some things I don't know about the game, that's all. Alright, so I think we're almost done with the Freedom Fighters. I think we literally have Antoine, and that's it. So Antoine, I never liked Antoine as a character. I really never liked Antoine. He bothered me. I don't know why some people like him. Like, oh, I don't know. He's just weird to me. Like, when I first, okay, see, so his initial character was to be, like, you know, the guy who pretends he's cool, but he's secretly, like a scaredy cat, and, like, I really didn't like him for that. I think it's because, like, I liked Bunny, and I thought that she deserved better, but you know what? She still liked her little scaredy man cat, whatever. I think he's a fox. He's also a fox. But, or no, he's not a fox. He's a coyote, actually. But yeah, I was just like, she deserves so much better, right? But it's okay. She loves who she wants to love. And then I think over the years he actually became, like, rewritten to be a genuine, confident person. But I like to think that's literally just because Bunny shaped him to be that way. In high school, though, I kind of can see him as, like he thinks he's this guy, right? Like, he eventually does become this guy when he's an adult, but right now he thinks he's that guy when he's really not. Like, he's so far from that. It's insane. He, like, and I know you're gonna be wondering, like, why the fuck does Bunny like Antoine? Like, she's already so much better than him. Like, she already deserves so much better. But it's because, like, well, it's because Antoine's a sweetheart. He's just a huge dork. That's the thing. He's just a huge nerd. That's literally it. I feel like she'd be one of those underrated characters in stories that only like a few people in the little sweet community love. Yes, that's literally Bunny. That's how I feel. That's how I feel too. I feel like she'd be like that character that like would only have one edit of her. But yeah. Anyways, Antoine, he thinks he's him, but he's not. He's far from it. He has to go through a major transformation as an adult to reach this point, right? And so right now he's just a really he's not weird, but he's awkward, dorky, nerdy, so a little weird, but not like weird like how the other characters are weird, right? Not weird how Styx is weird even. He can get to be that way when he LARPs sometimes, like sometimes he will LARP. But you know, whatever. He puts that LARPing to good use. He's in drama actually. I'm gonna write that down. He's a drama kid. He's a theater kid. So, okay. I'll explain the think he's gay thing in a bit, because I personally think it's funny. It's not just because he's a theater kid, okay? It's more to it than that. Okay, so Antoine, he's a bit of a lanky kid, right? But okay. So Antoine, his name in canon is Antoine de Coulette, which is French, right? And if you've ever seen that one meme, is he gay? Or like that one musical, like, is he gay or European? Like, I never watched that musical. I just know that song became popular. Like I just know that song became popular because like it became a meme. He's not a gay theater kid. That's the thing. Everyone thinks he's a gay theater kid because, you know, he's a little bit feminine sometimes. He's very wimpy, very dorky. Like he has like, I don't know, he has a bit of feminine mannerisms, but he's not gay. That's the thing. Everyone thinks he's gay though. Even Bunny thought he was gay when she first met him, right? Like, he's not though. He's just a very he's actually pretty secure in his sexuality, and he's very adamant on, well, he's not adamant on being straight, but he knows he's straight. He doesn't need other people to tell him that. If that makes sense. He's very secure in his sexuality in that sense. It's just he's aware that people view him as gay when he's not at all in the slightest. Yeah. So, you know, is he gay or European? Well, he's actually just European. But, yeah, that's it. That's literally it. He's very expressive, yeah. So he does very well in theater, but at the cost of, like, being, like, ridiculed or just being, like, teased for, like, being gay. Yeah, I wouldn't say he's bullied, but it's just more like he gets a little bit of comments here and there. I'm giving him like more of like a cleaner cut instead of a swoop. I feel like that makes him look gayer, not gonna lie. But yeah, I think there will be discussion. I think that it'll be shown like how him and Bunny got together. Just through him being very sweet. He actually fell for Bunny first, and obviously Bunny just thought he was being very nice because, you know, she literally thought he was gay as well. But yeah. But, you know, the good thing about him is that he's not someone who would, like, change his appearance or anything just because he's constantly mistaken for being gay. He's actually very confident about himself. Like, he's very confident about his sexuality, although he can be insecure at times. Not about his sexuality, but just other things. Like I said, he's still a bit of a wimp, bit of a dork. Yeah, look at him. He's a bit of a dork. Alright, well, that's all of the freedom fighters. I'm thinking, is there anyone, like, I would really like to add for the first couple of episodes? I'm still thinking. Oh, I completely forgot. Blaze. I completely forgot to add Blaze. I was really, like, searching, and Cream also. I forgot to add Cream. I'm going to move the freedom fighters to a separate, here. I'm just gonna move these people over just a few slides. Yeah. Just to keep everything very concise and organized. Okay, there's Silver, and then I'm gonna do Blaze. I'm actually adding Blaze. Blaze will be a little bit more like her canon counterpart. Actually, that's just how she's gonna be. I'm open to hearing any headcanons because, like I said, like, you know, sometimes I work best when I get another input, and yeah, I mean, this is the beginnings of, like, producing something that I'm very much looking forward to making. Alright, well, back to Blaze. Blaze, she is going to be, like I said, she's going to be a lot more like her canon counterpart, but again, like, stereotype it, right? So in canon, she is, like, pretty studious, very smart, like, well, she's not shown to be studious, she's only shown through, like, one specific piece of art, but, she is shown in canon to be very smart, very knowledgeable on certain things. So, like, I would definitely see Blaze to be very reserved, very quiet, very quiet. She has one secret that she hides from people, and that, yeah, I think I want to keep it a secret from you guys too, but I will say this, she is very known online for doing a certain thing. It's doing a certain thing that people wouldn't expect her to do. It's nothing gross, nothing that you might think. She's just very, but it's a little bit weird. It's a little bit weird, but she is known for doing something online, and she's very famous for that online. But the people at school don't know, right? But other than that, like, she's very studious, very reserved, pretty quiet. And I know there's, like, a lot of quiet characters, right? But she still has her friends. It's just okay. There's a difference between all of these quiet characters. Like Knuckles. Knuckles prioritizes his dreams, his athletics, right? And he's just generally quiet, right? Shadow prioritizes getting the fuck out of high school. Shadow prioritizes himself. His own needs, his own wants, his own thought process, right? Blaze prioritizes her studies, getting good grades, making it to the top schools, succeeding in her future career path, right? And so she's very similar to Tails in that regard, so she actually is friends with Tails. But yeah. She's a thought daughter. She thinks all the time, and she's actually she's very into literature, which is very important, by the way. So she writes a lot of poetry. She's very poetic, and so she's part of this poetry club with SBO and her and Tails, so all that, you know? Actually, I could see her wearing one of the longer skirts. Not something like super short. I could see her wearing like almost floor length skirt. And does she still have her fire? Actually, do all the characters still have their powers? Why don't we just say yes? Why don't we just say yes? I think that'd be pretty funny, pretty interesting. Blaze. I think Blaze, like, or maybe they don't, but I think like it would manifest in some sort of way. Like Blaze is secretly a pyromaniac. Like she's this very like she's literally demure. Like she's very reserved, very gracious, but then she's like secretly a pyromaniac. You know, always wanting to set something on fire. But yeah. Actually, I'm thinking of giving Blaze a different hairstyle. I have been doing that for the other characters, but I really like the idea of like her hair being down for high school. Because she usually has her hair up with these specific quills, but like I'm just thinking, oh, what if, you know, she had it down? I think that'd be pretty cute. And she had like a headband instead. Yeah, I think that'd be pretty cute. Also, I could totally see her wearing like glasses. Oh, I forgot to give Amy glasses as well. She has like really bad eyesight, not gonna lie. Let me give Amy glasses. She's gonna have like these big chunky ones. Because like she has horrible eyesight. Yeah. I mean, that does make her look a little bit more nerdy, but like, it's whatever. She has bad eyesight. Yeah, here's Blaze. She's actually pretty good friends with Amy also. Oh, and definitely Blaze is the type to wear the long sleeves. Well, actually, her skirt isn't going to be that wide. She's very skinny, so. There, she's a cutie. I'm gonna grab a snack. Hold on. I think I need to do that too. Or drink some water. I'm like probably losing my my want to talk because my throat is getting tired. Um. I say that she's friends with Sonic, but it's a little bit complicated. Like, Sonic knows of her, and she definitely knows of Sonic. I think she has a crush on her, but her crush itself is complicated. She has a crush on Sonic, but it's a little bit complicated. I'm gonna keep that part private though. Hello. All right, and then we're gonna work on Cream and Charmy too. I need to do the chaotics, the rest of the chaotics. A lot of characters. I'm gonna stop it after. I'm gonna actually stop working on the character designs and after I'm finished with the chaotics. But for now, Cream. So I had this random little idea that like, oh well, what if Cream was like, another gifted student, right? Now Blaze is very smart. She's considered gifted also, right? And so is Tails. But what if Cream is also considered gifted? She won't be a senior or anything like that. It's not like I can see her being a senior high school student. It's more like I could see her being a freshman or sophomore that skipped a grade, you know? Like, I could see her being a freshman that's actually, like, supposed to be in 8th grade, but she skipped a grade, something like that. Like, it's just because she's constantly referred to as, like, smart, with by Sonic and Vanilla in the IDW comics. And, when you really think about it, like, she works with what is it, like, she works with what was it, she works with, like, the team a lot more despite being very young, right? And because of that, like, she works with them a lot more than Charmy does, right? And because of that, I'm thinking, okay, well, what if she's like a gifted kid, right? And I want to do the same thing for Charmy, right? But I feel like if it's just right to make Charmy like just a regular freshman, just went at his own pace, right? Like, it's because Charmy was originally supposed to be like 16 years old, right? Not in my version, I'm talking about in canon. And so, like, he was always intended to be a teenager before he got, like, dumbed down and became, like, this sort of kid, right? And so, I'm thinking, like, okay, maybe Cream is, like, the gifted kid who skipped middle school, and then Charmy just went at his own pace. And so that would mean, like, Cream is younger than Charmy, right? Which, given the canon, I don't know. It's like that doesn't feel right to me. I know it doesn't have to be exactly like canon, but yeah. I'm sure it'll work itself out. I don't really care about like the ages matching the canon, what I hold to be canon, cuz yeah. But yeah, anyways, here's Cream. She skipped 8th grade and she went straight to high school. She's pretty smart for her age. But I would say, like, Cream is, like, going through something right now. She's pretty glum compared to, like, how she was as a child. She will have her low, because again, she's a freshman right now. She will have her glow up, but for the entirety of the show, she's going to be generally glum. She'll have her happy moments, but generally a glum character. She's not shy or reserved. She's just like, just glum, I guess. Like, you can definitely tell there's something going on. I don't know, maybe something like that. If I'll keep her for later. I'm not sure what to do with her yet, but I do know what to do for. You know what? Let me put a note on that. I don't know, something for Cream. I don't know what to do with her yet. I don't know if I like that whole, like, she's glum sort of thing. Alright, well, let's work on the chaotics. That'll be the rest of the chaotics, because I already added Knuckles. That'll be Mighty, Ray, and the 3 that are actually canonically chaotics. I'm gonna be back, though. Just hold on a second. Yeah, I will be back. I'm gonna be eating, or I'll drink something. I'll be right back, though.
Hello, I am back. Hi, just in time. There's 4 people watching my live stream, and you know, I'm thinking, thank you guys for watching this one screen that says "We'll be back, I am eating." You guys are very loyal. The fact that one person even tuned in just to watch me do nothing. Thank you guys. I'm back, and I'm ready to go back to drawing. Hi, and hello other 3 people. Yeah, right now, in case you are tuning in for the first time, I'm working on a project called Sonic High School Asylum. It's this passion project of mine. Sorry, I sound out of breath. I ran back up the stairs, guys. You guys have no idea how dedicated I am to you guys. But anyways, Sonic High School Asylum, it's this project that I decided to start working on, and it is essentially a passion project. Think 1 wheat mark, and if you don't know 1 wheat mark, think class of 09, and then a mixture of, I don't know if you guys know Animated James. I'm sure you guys do. I'm sure if you don't know him by name, you know him by his content. And way back when he was first starting, he made this like animated Sonic High School thing on YouTube back when he was 15. And I'm drawing inspiration from that as well, but you know, just putting a more deranged twist on it. He had a very edgy start because obviously he uploaded those animations on Newgrounds, so there's a lot of edgy humor. And I'm just thinking, you know, I'm very inspired by that era, very inspired by like a few different animated illustrated works, and yeah, I'm also just like kind of just really drawing inspiration from like the stereotypical Sonic High School I use on YouTube that you would see like on the 2000s, like those like 35-part Windows Movie Maker videos that are like, you know, text to speech or like a picture with text over it. It's like essentially just like a role play, right? I'm really just drawing inspiration from a lot of different things. And so I've created a bunch of different characters that will be like either introduced in the first episode or later on, and yeah, they all have their own things, all that. They all have their own personalities, their own ways that they mesh with each other, and that's that. That's pretty much it. Right now, I am currently working on the Chaotix, which is not just Charmy, not just Vector, not just Espio, but Mighty and Ray and Knuckles as well. I already did Knuckles, but I'm working on Mighty and Ray right now. You know. And I'm also eating a quesadilla, so yeah. Alright. Hopefully my eating noises don't bother anyone. Yeah. But, Mighty and Ray. Let's get, a reference for Mighty. So, Mighty in canon. The thing about Mighty, he is... Now, I actually mentioned this in the very first live stream I made of working on this project. Mighty in canon, he was originally going to be... what was it, Sonic. He was originally, like, not the original, like, not Feels the Rabbit or anything like that. If anything, I do plan to add those as, like, background characters. That'd be pretty cool. But anyways, Mighty. Mighty, he was, like, part of Sonic in a way. Like, he was going to be Sonic. I don't know if that makes any sense, because he wasn't, like, a prototype, at least. It's been a while since I've caught up on, like, the backstory of Sonic lore, like, the production of Sonic lore, right? But I do know that, like, Mighty was going to be Sonic, I think. Something like that. Or he was, like, I don't know, but he was there at the very, very beginning of Sonic, like, as a franchise. And,
eventually he became like his own character. It is very much expressed that he was his own character through the Archie comics. And Sonic, he, like, it's very noticed that, like, Mighty and Sonic are similar, right? But the thing about Mighty is that he is more calm and collected, less rambunctious, less spunky, right? And so I'm thinking of translating that into this high school AU. Essentially, like, Mighty is, well, Mighty, he is not one of the popular kids, but he is popular by association due to being friends with Sonic, right? Him and Sonic get along pretty well, although, you know, there are a lot of things that Sonic has done recently that Mighty disagrees with, so their friendship as of now is faltering. So there is that. Hold on. Yeah, so there is that. Mighty, because Mighty is popular by association, he gets a lot of attention on him, right? Mostly good, but sometimes bad, right? He knows how to fight, but he's not someone who wants to fight. So similar to Knuckles, it's more, but like Knuckles will fight if someone insists, right? But Mighty, on the other hand, he will keep walking away unless he is physically provoked. Like if someone shoves him, then he'll fight, right? But if someone keeps like goading him on, he's not going to. He's gonna walk away. So he's a little bit different in that regard. Mighty in a way is his character in a way is meant to almost poke fun at Amy, if that makes sense. Just for this version, this high school version, right? So the thing about Mighty is that he is the ideal man that Amy is searching for. He is literally like Amy's ideal man. However, she's just horribly attached to Sonic. She cannot let go of him, right? So she doesn't really see what's right in front of him. And yes, she is friends with Mighty, but she cannot really see like what's right in front of her. In a way, she's just kind of mentally ill like that. But basically, like, he's a good brother, so, you know, good potential father figure. He's a really good brother. He's really, you know, on top of things at school. He's very kind. He's very gentle. He's very loyal, right? But he's not Sonic. That is the thing. To Amy, he is not Sonic, right? Even though these are all qualities that she wants in Sonic, and they're already on somebody else, it's not Sonic, so she's not going to pursue them. She will literally see how gentle and loyal and kind he is to her, and she'll just write it off as, oh, he's just a nice friend, he's a good brother, he would be a great dad someday, but he wouldn't be a great dad to my kids. No, I want Sonic to be the father of my children, right? That is her thought process. Mighty's character, he is a bit of a minor role. He is a supporting character. He supports Amy's story. He is here to basically to, you know, really highlight how stupid Amy is. Not gonna lie, that is pretty much the entire purpose of his character for this high school AU thing. Yeah. And that's pretty much Mighty's character. He's not really honest. Like I said, he's not a huge character. He's not like, he's there to support Amy and Sonic's story, right? For the most part, he is a background character who is supporting the main characters. And like I said, or I don't know if I said that, but that is a good thing, by the way. We can't have too many main characters. We can't have too many characters with dialogue, all that. Like, not always. Right? He's gonna have his moments, but it's not gonna be there always, just because, like, you know, that would be very crammed to have all these characters talking all the time, you know? But, you know, because he's like this very sweet, genuine guy, he actually gets a lot of like attention, if that makes sense. Yeah. There's a lot of people who really like him and like would consider dating him. However, he's actually not really ready for that. So there's also that. He's not really interested in dating at the moment, yeah. But again, because he's popular, he's got this sort of like, you know, he pops his collar a bit, a little bit of a rugged look. It's alright though. You know, looks aren't everything, right? Looks aren't everything. So he kind of looks like a bad guy, like a bad boy, but he's not. He's actually very gentle, very sweet. I think he kind of just does that because, you know, his friend Sonic does it. And yeah. So that's Mighty. Let me draw like another face for him. Oh yeah, by the way, I didn't mention this earlier, but like because Mighty is literally an older brother, he is very comforting. He gives off this very comforting aura, very comforting energy. So, you know, he's very easy to talk to for anyone who has issues, you know, anyone going through anything. He always knows what to say, even if he hasn't been through that exact scenario before. He always knows what to say for a potential solution or to make someone feel better. Yeah, he's just very comforting and you know, very he's very good with advice. I honestly like this version of Mighty. He's so cute. He's so cute. Yeah, he's so cute. Yeah. And then we have Ray. So we're almost done, but I'm definitely open to suggestions for like what Cream's character should be like. Yeah. So Ray, he is so cute, by the way. I think he's adorable. Now Ray is a little brother. Like, and by little brother, I mean he's in middle school. Or possibly in elementary school. I would say he's in middle school, like 6th grader. He's a 6th grader. Blech. 6th grader. Yeah, he's in 6th grade, and, yeah. He just started the 6th grade also, because, like I said, the seniors just started, like, in this version. And he's really little, very timid, actually. Very timid. Definitely he knows how to fight, but like, and it's not like he chooses, and it's not like he chooses not to, it's more like he can fight, but he's not aware of his strength, right? He's not aware of the strength he holds, so he doesn't even know that he can fight, but he knows that but he can fight because Mighty has taught him how to defend himself. It's just he doesn't believe in himself. And he's going to learn that self-confidence as he ages, but right now he's just a little 6th grader. He just started middle school. He's timid. He's timid to make friends, timid to keep old relationships. Yeah. I'm sure middle school is going to toughen him up a little, especially as a guy. Yeah. But, you know, he's a very little teeny guy, and, yeah, he's very short, he's very small, And he's got this huge tail. I think he might get bullied for, like, how his tail, or just noticed for how his tail is, like, significantly bigger than the rest of his body, you know? He's this tiny little guy with this humongous tail. Like, his tail is bigger than his backpack. Like, he's definitely gonna be, like, noticed, at the very least, noticed for that. My Ray is not gonna be in the show as much, but I still wanted to add like a character design for him, just, you know, just in case I decide to add him in. I mean, he definitely won't show up for quite some time, but yeah. Yes. Oh, by the way, little tidbit, but he was the fastest runner in his class in elementary, so he was pretty known for that. Right, and if you're a fast runner in elementary, everyone knows what that means. You're just automatically popular, right? So he had this little nickname called, like, Little Man, but, like, now that he's in middle school, you know, he doesn't have that sort of popularity anymore, so he's gotta, like, it's not like it's earth-shattering for him or anything, it's just more like he has to, you know, realize how different the hierarchy in middle school is. He's got this little mohawk. He's so cute. He's so cute. Oh, and he can fly, so if there is a chance that he is getting picked on, his first response is to, like, glide away. He's a flying squirrel. So, the only reason Ray would possibly be included in the show, like,
Definitely someone with little to no dialogue. He would just be there with the chaotics, like, you know, after school club. I noticed this would happen in my high school sometimes. Like, either a teacher or a student would pick up their sibling from school and then just walk over to our club, and like a little kids just chilling there in the corner while like we're talking about like how to like reform the school or something like that. Like, I could totally see like Ray being put in that situation. All right, and then we're gonna be working on vector. All right. All right, here is vector. We're gonna be scaling that down quite a bit. So this is what vector looks like in Canon. I don't know how to draw vector that well, so like spare me. Yeah. Never really bothered to draw vector. I drew him one time for the B12 meme, and like I don't know, suddenly people thought I could just draw him on the whim, and especially people who knew that I drew Sonic characters earlier before. This is not that bad looking, but I'm kind of just copying the pose though. It doesn't. I don't know how the school uniform would fit on him, honestly. I would say Vector is picked on a bit for being a hunchback, but it's just that's about it. Like, cause he's one of those bigger guys who people know he can't fight. Like for a fact, they know he can't fight. He's a dork, right? I'm gonna give him glasses. Why not? And I'm also giving him his headphones. I'm not saying he's on the spectrum or anything, because I know I said that with Styx earlier, that she has headphones because of that. She has like a 504 plan, and the school doesn't like allow people to wear headphones. I would just say like he usually, because you would typically see Vector outside of school, or like outside of like class, like for a club, like, and like, you know, that's after school, so you can just kind of do whatever you want. So that would be like, you know, that's like when he has his, you know. I don't know why I keep saying, you know. That's when he has his headphones on. His school uniform fits a little funny, not gonna lie. But I need to figure out how to draw him, so. Oh, also, he is one of the other few characters that doesn't wear pants. It just simply wouldn't look right. Yeah. I like to think that, like,
he wants to get into computer engineering because, you know, he's, you know, in Sonic Heroes, he's always like, get into the computer room. Like, I don't know. I was just thinking, ooh, well, what if he was actually into doing things with computers, you know? But yeah, he is literally nonchalant. He's literally nonchalant. Doesn't care about bullies. Doesn't care about bullies. He is in forensics and in computer science or like comp sci. I don't know. Yeah. I'm actually gonna take like the little ridges off his back for the final design, just so it's easier for it to draw him, with his uniform on. He's kind of screwed, not gonna lie, because his uniform does not fit him at all. He has to like do a bunch of shit to make it fit. He had to buy like the largest size and all that. I'm gonna have his little ridges appear at the end though. And then he's just got his little sneakers, that's it. It's not that bad. I would say he's the president of the Chaotix. Alright, and then we have SBO. SBO is, I'm actually pretty excited to work on him. So, SBO is, very interesting. He's a very interesting character. I'm thinking, you know, so he is, I don't know whether to make him Japanese or just like a weeb, right? If I made him Japanese, then like he could be like, he could honestly just be one of those like Japanese people who just doesn't speak the language. That way, like, you could really keep the bit going with Metal Sonic not being able to communicate with anyone, right? At the very least, he's just gonna be a weeb, right? He's a weeb. This version of SBO, he's a weeb. He's still quiet, right? Because there is the weird kid, right? Where is she? There is, the weird kid, right? And so he's aware of her existence and he does not want to be perceived like people perceive her, right? So he is more reserved about his interests and is only really open about them to his friends, right? And yeah, hold on. All right, sorry. Okay. But yeah, he's a little bit more open about his weird weeb interests to his friends, and his friends are like indifferent. They don't have an opinion because, like, at the end of the day, they like him. He's still a cool guy. He's just a weeb, right? Hold on. I got really quiet all of a sudden. Oh shoot, it's auto saving. Okay, but back to what I was saying. He is definitely a weeb, right? He kind of like he definitely has little pins on his backpack that prove that. So he's like subtle, right? He is subtle about his interests, right? But you have to know like the anime that he's talking about to really like, you know, be all like, oh yeah, that guy's a weeb, right? He's friends with Blaze, he's friends with Tails, he's friends with the Chaotix, obviously. Him and Tails don't have much in common other than just like maybe possibly Tails being a weeb, but like not to the same extent, right? But I mean, Tails and Blaze and Espio, they're all part of the poetry club, so you know that's how they get to know each other also. I feel like Espio would be like the type of guy to like throw in, like he's kind of a hardcore weeb, not gonna lie. He'd be like the type to throw in like an anime reference, but like nobody understands what he's talking about, and like he has to just play it off awkwardly and be like, ah, ha, oh me, I didn't really actually mean what I say, you know? That was a joke, and like it's just pretty awkward, you know? Oh, and by the way, like when he finds out that Metal Sonic is a transfer student from Japan, he's like gets all crazy and like wants to know everything about him, wants to know everything about Japan. But like he tries to make conversation, but he realizes, oh, wait, Japanese is a complex language? It's not just the stuff I learn in anime? No way. And like then he can't talk to Metal Sonic, you know? Oh, and by the way, I mentioned this in another live stream, but you know, him and Vector, they have a very weird relationship. It's like a little bit gay, not gonna lie. Um, they may have like done some gay shit here and there, but like they're not confirmed to be gay. Except for Espio. I think Espio ends up coming. Like I think Espio might be a little bit gay, not gonna lie. Like actually might be gay. Vector for the most part, nah, he's just play. He's just very close with his like you know guy friend. You know how guys can be sometimes. But in terms of like Espio possibly being gay, I don't think he realizes that until like very late into the school year or something like that. It takes him a while. Yeah, but I'm sure someone is here. So one of the characters here is gonna crack that for him. But yeah, let me just write some notes. Weeb and Chaotix. Okay, and then let me draw one more thing. Let me just draw one more thing. Oh, oops. Okay. That, I don't know why that happened. Yeah, okay, weird. Anyways, let me just draw one more little face for him. And then, I think we'll move on to Charmy, and then Charmy will be like the last one, and then we're gonna call this live stream. Oh yeah, here's him like weeping out over, I guess, Metal Sonic, being like, oh my god, he's from Nippon? What? He's from Nippon? What? Like him, he's just weeping out. And honestly, the weeping out kind of becomes a little bit gay, not gonna lie. Like that's probably gonna be his first like awakening in a way, but he's gonna be like in denial a little bit. And really emphasize this. I'm adding a little bit of blush. There he is. He's cute, actually. I like how I draw him. Alright, and then last character for today, I think probably for a long time also, because I do want to start writing a script and everything like that. It's gonna be Charmy. We'll do a reference for Charmy. So Charmy is actually going to be a freshman, but not only that, he is going to be a trans mask. And just, I don't know. I'm just like, why not? Why not? I think it'll really add on to his whole character. I guess his little character arc also. So Charmy is treated like a young kid, like a little brother, right? He's very protected by the Chaotix. The Chaotix obviously know who he was before transitioning, and at this school he's in, people don't know because it's high school now, right? There will be people who don't know, right? Yeah, there will be people who don't know, right? So they're very protective of his identity, very supportive, right? They kind of just view him as like an equal, right? They don't view him as like a girl anymore, right? And it hasn't been that way for a long time. But obviously Charmy is like pretty, like, I guess insecure in a way about, passing, making sure he fits in. He's a freshman, right? So not only does he want to fit in as a freshman, but he wants to fit in as a guy in this new group, this new pool of people, right? Who don't know who he is. Like, what if they catch on? What if they find out, like, what's gonna happen, right? So he already has anxiety about being accepted in a new school as any other student will be, but then you add on like the fact that he's trans on top of that, and that anxiety is cranked up just a little bit more. So he's part of the Chaotix Club as well. He's a bit of a prankster. He just is. He likes pulling pranks and all that. That's going to come to a stop very soon because he realizes he's in high school now, I mean, there's nothing wrong with throwing pranks here and there, but if you're known for that, like, you get your eye watched on you more often. But he's definitely the guy when he gets to senior year, he's the guy who will be pulling the senior prank. Oh, also, he's pretty short, not gonna lie. He's like, he's just seen as a short guy, but to him, he thinks he's like it gives him gender dysphoria, right? Even though, like, everybody there, like, he passes, right? Everybody there is just like, oh, he's just a short guy, right? But to him, it's like, he's a little insecure about that. Yeah. He prefers wearing shorts. Yeah. He prefers wearing shorts. I'm actually gonna give him shorts. He's like one of those guys that will wear shorts like year round. You'd think Knuckles would do the same, but no, I guess not. Hold on, let me go back to Knuckles. I wonder if I like that idea. Where are you? No, I kind of like the idea of Knuckles just chilling. just straight chilling. Yeah, but he's gonna be the one of the few characters that also wears shorts. Yeah, but he's short, so they just look like jorts to him in a way. Yeah. I think he's wearing like a helmet of some sorts, so like I'm actually not gonna give him a helmet for his high school days or whatever, for his high school design. I just don't feel like it. Yeah. I know I'm drawing him like as short as Ray, but he's a little bit taller than Ray at the very least. But only a little bit. Like he can still pass for a middle schooler as a freshman. So for Charmy, he is not wearing his helmet. He's not going to be wearing his helmet like he will be for like the other, like for his regular design. He's gonna like be wearing this short spiky hair instead. I kind of like want to give him like some spiky like something like that. I know it like he looks absolutely insane here, but I think it'll work. I think it'll work. Oh, and by the way, this is a really botched cut because he cut it himself. He cut his own hair off. He cuts his own hair. He doesn't like other people cutting his hair. He wants it to look a certain way, and it doesn't look good, honestly. But it's whatever. I'm sure he'll grow out of it. I'm sure he'll grow into learning how to cut his hair better as he gets older. But yeah, this is Charmy. He's timid. He's not super timid though. He's just like, it's just, first few days of school he's gonna be timid, right? Wants to be accepted. He insists upon himself. Like, not in a bad way. I know that sounds like a bad thing, but like when I say that he insists upon himself, I mean like he insists that he's grown. He insists that he doesn't need people to look after him and baby him constantly, and he insists that he passes, right? But deep down, well, at least for the first two, deep down he doesn't mind being babied. He doesn't mind coasting, through high school, having older brother figures watch over him, right? And then as for the trans thing, he doesn't like, he knows that people already view him as a man, but it's still something that like is in the back of his mind as like an insecurity of sorts, But yeah, that's Charmy. And then after this, I'm gonna just call it here. It's gonna be it. I might add characters from IDW, but like, I don't feel like drawing them right now, and I don't know. I don't really feel like I don't really feel like they can be added like right at the beginning of the story. I feel like that would take a while for them to show up at the very least. And for the most part, they can just stay as like background characters. That's Charmy. He's a cutie. Alright, well, I think that's it for now. I'm gonna start like writing a script and storyboarding and yeah, I'm not gonna live stream that part of the process just because I really need to focus here, but yeah, that's it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Bye.